Henry put his Portal video out. I need to watch that later.
Yeah, I saw it.
Five
I
worst things about PS Portal.
saw it, commented on it, a big ass paragraph.
Saw
I
it,
was like,
commented on it, a
you
big
are
ass
wrong,
paragraph.
Henry. You made some good points. Couple points. I was like, you couldn't really blame the portal for that. It's kind of like what it was made for. But it was a good video. I was entertained the whole time.
I'm waiting for your thing to start up.
That's what I'm saying. It already says head towards the SOS player. Like it's
No,
not giving me.
I'm waiting for your video, your stream.
Oh, stream's already up.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a noti for some reason. There it is. I think you have to do this one on your own. I think we can purely only do quest hunts when we go and talk to Alma and choose a quest, a hunt to go do. I think like this mission that you got going on right now is something you have to do on your own as far as like the intro part of the game.
I fucking lost the intro 4 hours.
Well, when you spread it over 2 weeks, yeah.
Fuck, I already put like almost 3.5 hours in this fucking game. Already upgraded weapons and shit.
The support team must be in trouble.
Eh. How do you do that grapple hook thingy?
I believe it's L2R1. There you go.
Hold on, everyone! I'm coming to help! There they are! Oh no, you don't! Why don't they just put the meat down?
Get on! Hurry!
Dude, I just dropped you off at your village.
We can talk about it later. You have to follow
Thanks, Isai.
Thank you.
Find somewhere safe.
We'll meet up later. We'll take it from here.
Go, 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 go!
Good. Oh, fuck. I can't even. How do you... There we go. Alright. Well, there has to be a way where you can join this fight. There he is. I died. What does that mean? Are you still fighting the monster? Hello, RPG?
Okay? Where does it hurt?
We've been given more supplies.
What the
Check
heck?
your sacred's pouch.
Say what?
Oh, I thought you were gone. Are you still fighting the monster?
Yeah.
Oh, I died. They took me back to the base.
No, you just have to come back out here.
That's weird.
It's running away.
Remember to carve that severed one.
How you go from bow to that weapon?
So you have the option of having two weapons. So while you're on your little rooster chicken horse thingy, hit the right D-pad. If you have anything else equipped, which I don't think you do. But you'll be able to do that back at your tent.
Is there anything we collect from this dude?
Did you carve it? Yeah, you gotta carve it like that.
Oh, time ran out.
I think it automatically gives you it, but don't hold me to it.
Like there's so many buttons, but only like 2 are for attacks. I don't understand that.
That's what you get for messing with my partner. And with me.
Great work, Hunter. Oh, and the support team made it to base camp safely.
Great. Let's head back.
Okay, automatic. That's cool. It's nice. Are you seeing this cutscene too?
Saved everyone.
No, it already sent me back to my
Can I ask
world,
why
so
you came back?
when you start the next
I
quest,
thought you might need these
Go ahead.
sacred.
it
You
should
look
send
at
me
them,
an invite
won't you?
automatically, but you might have to send me an invite. But we're in a link party,
Are you
so it
sure?
should send me
I don't want a bird in your
the
village.
ability to
They
accept the
belong
quest.
with you. I've never met more capable and deserving riders. And I had Gemma make you a new saddle.
I sure did. Even added a holster so you can carry an additional weapon.
There we go. Secondary weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more thing. I was wondering if you'd like to visit my home. Since Zato is out, my grandmother told me now would be a great time to pay back the favor I owe.
We'd love to, thank you.
Great! I'll be waiting until you're ready to go.
Oh, by the way, everyone's been asking about you.
Hunter rank cap has been increased. What is hunter rank cap? What is that?
That's your level,
They might know about my village?
your hunter level.
What does higher level do?
Higher level's better.
Like what?
It unlocks more stuff as far as like what you can do with your weapons, as far as even builds for your weapons.
Like upgrades or more moves?
More upgrades than moves.
So more powerful weapons, I guess.
Yeah. And the bigger, nastier monsters you kill, as far as like the harder ones that you kill, the better stuff you get off those monsters, which you can make better weapons and armor with.
Okay.
So it's all about hunt, loot, grind, and upgrade.
Greetings, Hunter. I'm happy to inform you that we can always use the assistance here.
I don't even know what's the main campaign or side missions or none of that. How do you know?
So the mains should be like the little yellow,
It's for recording you know, carry on.
little yellow diamonds, and the red should be like side missions, little red
Okay.
diamonds. But yeah, yellow I believe is your main story mission. So if you go to the tent, which would be up to your left.
You talking about the tent where you talk to Alma and shit?
Yeah. If you go to talk to Alma, she will be able to have quests for you to go hunt monsters.
Okay.
So long for now.
Yeah, that was the only yellow one I saw was that cat. But that's a support thing, so where's the other?
I'm trying to read your talk to Tom at the Ingredients Center. So you can talk to him, or you can go do a quest, a monster quest fight. If you want to do a monster quest fight where we go and track down a monster and kill it, then you have to go talk to Alma and pick out a monster to go hunt.
I'm just trying to figure out where the main campaign is.
Well, you'll have to do some of these reds before it'll give you a yellow.
Okay.
It's like what's up there in your top right of your screen that says go talk to Tom. That is your current objective.
Yeah, I already did that. I did most of this shit already. Tim didn't save it, or I don't know.
No. Yeah, it was weird that it didn't save it.
I already talked to this little asshole.
Okay.
Fucking misses his mommy. Already talked to this other asshole.
Maybe you just hit return to title screen without hitting save beforehand.
Ready to go? Great. My village awaits. Okay then. Ready to go.
Whoa, these are harder to handle than they look.
Where you at?
How many sacred deer people have?
Did you start a mission?
Yeah, I'm following the guy we saved.
I didn't get an invitation, so that might not be something I can join in quite yet. Maybe you have to run to his town, and this is one of those solo missions, because I believe you're taking him back to his town. So yeah, I don't think this is something I can join into.
How did you know where to find us before?
I was on my way to your camp to give you the sacred when they picked up your scent. I didn't even have to find you. They did. You really are clever.
Are you dead?
Am I dead?
Yeah, she does. That bitch.
Greetings, brother. May we enter?
Greetings. I'll tell the elder you're here.
This way, friends.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's go.
What's up, Retro? How you doing, bro?
around. It's so pretty.
While you're
That's the
doing
gem
that,
chimes.
I'm
They
gonna step
keep the
outside.
monsters out of the village.
It's almost like music.
I think you're gonna be doing this for a minute.
Come
If
on.
I remember the cutscene right, you gotta go do this, talk to this person, and have a dinner, and yada yada yada.
Only reason I'm watching is because I'm eating something. As soon as I'm done, I'm skipping all this shit.
What's that? What's that on her back?
You do you.
Huge.
I'm good, bro. We
Guess they really haven't seen a weapon before.
just playing some of this weak ass game right here that a lot of people love. And because I'm not good at it or don't care to learn any of the mechanics, I say it sucks ass.
I'll tell my family to start getting everything ready for you. Do you mind waiting a little while?
Not at all. Actually, this might be a good chance to talk to the villagers. I want to ask them about Nata.
I'll have a look around.
Me too. Me too.
Okay. We'll meet up later. Shall we?
But actually, oh,
Come on, Alma. Let's go.
yeah, no, I just don't,
Right?
you know, like
Remember what
I was telling RPG earlier, we were just fighting a monster, and this game takes advantage of every single fucking button on this controller, man. Like I haven't really seen what I mean by that is like, you know, the X has a thing that it does, but then if you push L1 or R1, then the X does another thing. So each button has multiple uses, right? But yeah, for combat, you only use like 3 or 4. So it's like, what the fuck? Then you got your super rudimentary ass games that you know, it's literally like a hack and slash, and they use fucking like 6 buttons for combat. So I'm sure it's because I'm a dumbass and I don't really know how to play that well, but okay, talk to Elder Allah.
Yeah, the button usage as far as like the layout, and it doesn't make full sense. Because you know we're used to like holding like L1 to aim down, or L2 to aim down, L1 to block, and R1 to throw a grenade, and R2 to shoot,
I've heard how you saved
and
Leona
like
and
circle to
Lisa.
dodge and shit like that. And this
We're
is
just
like
glad they're
completely
safe.
bass backwards.
Thank you for inviting us into your village.
I wish we could be better.
And I know people love this game, but I
approaches,
mean, look, a game isn't just
and we are busy readying
one of the things
peace.
that's why I never gravitated towards PC, right? Because a game can be badass, but you also have to be able to play the game. You have to have,
Once your business
you know, you have to have buttons, and the way that you control a game makes sense. I forgot what shooter I was playing where phenomenal graphics, phenomenal story, everything felt good, but as soon as you try to control your character, it was like
keepers.
reminded me of like Resident Evil back in the late 90s, like PS1, like super tanky, and I'm like, this game sucks. You can have everything else good, but if you can't manage the game, it's like that's you know, we're gamers. Might as well just make a fucking movie with all those other benefits. But while we're doing all these fucking cutscenes, I'm gonna go ahead. I made 2. Well, I posted 3, but the first one that I posted on my YouTube channel, I already have pre-recorded and updated or uploaded a few days ago. So I made 2 live today. One was PSVR games that got announced. PSVR 2 games. I'm sorry, I'm having fucking stutter mouth here. PSVR 2 games that are coming out. PlayStation linked up with a company called, oh shit, I forget what they're called, man. I'm so sorry about that because we're live right now. But this company is basically ports a lot of flat screen games and ports them over to VR. And they're releasing, I think it was 6 games, man. And they didn't give exact dates, but they said soon in 2025. I knew of 2 of them. I already have 1 of them in my wish list from before the announcement today. And that's phenomenal news, especially for all those people saying, where are the PSVR 2 games, right? If you go to the PlayStation Store, yes, Flat 2 VR. Thank you, Retro. Thank you. And I looked them up, and that's what they do. And they're also porting these games over to MetaQuest and PC and shit like that. But if you go to the VR store right now, there's hundreds of VR games. The biggest complaint I have with VR is just the biggest complaint I got with PlayStation 5 is that there ain't no first party games except for Call of the Mountain. Now that game is badass, but that's it, right? Everything else is third party for the most part. There's hardly any exclusives on there. And the fact that they got Flat 2 VR to go ahead and port some of these games over is super impressive. So that was my first video. I recommend that you watch it, whoever's listening to this. I even did reaction to each of the trailers on there. Then the second video that I posted today was AI. And, oh yes, GT7, Resident Evil 4, you're right, Retro. I actually don't even play GT7 anymore unless it's with my VR headset and my steering wheel. I have a whole setup, dude. I got the steering wheel, the pedals, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, forget. But it looks amazing. And Resident Evils. I mean, there's a lot of good VR games. Metro Exodus, or not Metro Exodus, but Metro VR. Then my second video that I posted today was AI in gaming. And the reason that article caught my attention was because there was a video that leaked from PlayStation or Sony, and they were testing out AI and voice, speech, facial animation. I did not know this, but Sony has like 6 different technologies, all in regards to AI, and they're doing incredible shit. So I recommend you watch that video too, because I go through the whole article. And the thing that caught my attention is, dude has a long name, but he's an engineer at PlayStation. It's like Bangladesh or something like that. No disrespect to him. I'm just terrible at reading and talking and spelling and everything else. But what he ended up doing is he was showing some of the higher ups at Sony, Aloy, while he's playing Horizon Forbidden West, and he's asking Aloy questions. Not questions about the game, questions like, Aloy, how does it feel to be a clone? And Aloy is responding back to him while he's playing the fucking game. And I give you an example on the video. I talk about Nathan Drake. I'm like, imagine you're playing Uncharted and you're in a puzzle and you say, hey, Nate Drake, what do you think we should do about this puzzle? And then the AI, as Nathan Drake, turns around from the screen, looks at you and says, hey, I've been looking at this rock for a while. How about we go check that out? Do you think that's a good idea? Or you just say, hey, Nate, do you love your wife? And he turns around, he's like, yeah, I do love my wife. Like, this is fucking mind-blowing, right? Because the way that I see it is like, so we know AI is going to take, and that's the thing that's so cool, because AI is going to take all the lore. And by the way, Guerrilla helped Sony with this test, right? Or this demo with Horizon with Aloy. Now, the voice wasn't Ashley Burch's voice. It was just your AI generated voice, kind of like how we see on YouTube reels and shit. But it's that part is so exciting to me because obviously AI is going to get all this information from the web, from the lore. Yes, NPCs are going to be a giant leap, and they're going to get all this information. And, you know, some of us that really love, like I love Horizon. I've beaten it numerous times. I have hundreds of hours into these games. I watch fan fiction, but I'm still not going to get absolutely everything, right? And there's shit that these developers can do on the back end, and it's just insane, right? Information that they can give. But just imagine you asking Aloy, like, just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about this monster or this other monster? Or how do you really feel about Ted Farrow? Or what do you see the future, you know, like, and they answer to you based on all that information. So I just thought that was super impressive. Because I ain't gonna lie, when we first started hearing about AI, you know, a lot of people are small-minded thinking, and they're over here talking about more like people losing their jobs and AI's replacing people. And I talk about in the video, one major thing is that AI can't replace talent. But what AI can do is instead of having a group of people trying to come up with 1,000 ideas on level design, now you have AI doing that and the people can actually build it and make it better. So it's incredible. And I'm sure there is going to be some job loss to an extent, but I don't think it's going to be the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of job loss that people think are going to happen, except if you're Microsoft, right? Because Microsoft, and the article that I read describes a few different companies. One of them was Microsoft, Sony, Capcom. There's a few in there. Microsoft wants to do AI basically from start to finish. They want AI to come up with concepts, create the lore, fucking do the character designs, do the level designs, do the polishing, do everything. That's what Microsoft wants to do, right? Fucking insane. Capcom is like, we don't need them for that. We just need them to give us ideas so our people can get to work, right? And then you have PlayStation trying to use AI as we want and that just shows you PlayStation mentality when you're talking about entertainment, right? Because PlayStation is seeing it as how can we improve entertainment for our gamers? And that's where I'm coming from. That's the exciting part to me, right? I'm able to talk to Aloy about whatever the fuck, right? Aloy, how do you recommend I kill this monster? And that's the super interesting part to me. And the other thing, the second most important part to me is the length of time, right? Because if you have all these developers working with AI and shortening the time frame on how long they're working on things, and they're able to get a game out that normally takes 6 years to make, to put it out in 3 or 4, that's good news to me. But RPG, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I didn't read or see a whole lot about it. I've been off Twitter for most of the day today, and that's.
Oh no, this was my YouTube video.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, we'll see what happens. AI is, like you said, you can't replace the talent. So like the writers that and the writers and the developers, art directors and whatnot, they're still going to have their jobs, but this is more to free up some of the BS, like with path tracing and ray tracing and all that, to work on like lighting and all this. That's going to free up some of those people. There's still going to be people who are going to be in charge of that, but maybe not as many hours to put in it. So AI does have a place in gaming, but I just don't want it to be the only thing that's in gaming, because then you're just gonna, how you can tell, like when your phone starts talking to you in the AI voice, you notice like, hey, this is AI. This is, something that was made up by a computer and has basically no soul, no passion to it. I just don't want to see gaming go to that.
Please, have a seat.
But I don't think it's going to, and if it does, then gaming's going to take a very big hit.
Yeah, so I'm excited how Capcom and PlayStation are using AI. Microsoft is fucked, but they've been fucked. They're known to just make fucked up decisions, one after another, after another, after another. So when I read that from Microsoft and how they're trying to do their AI, it didn't surprise me one bit, right? Steve Jobs said this back in the 90s. Microsoft is a soulless corporation. They're thieves. They copy ideas. They don't have not one original creative bone in their body. So of course they're gonna use AI as the fucking superhero that's gonna come in and build these beautiful, perfect games for them. But RPG made a great point with on your phone, even with auto, when you're texting, right, and then autocorrect, and you're trying to say something, and the autocorrect completely fucks it up, and you're wondering how. The AI learning on these things have been around for years, and a lot of us have the same vocabulary, right? So it's not like we're really expanding vocabulary as often. And if you watch one of my video game reviews, I talk about that, how it takes me sometimes up to a week, right, of writing a script for a video game review, because I'm trying to expand the words that I use, and I literally have a dictionary right next to me, and 60% of the time it's me looking up new words that I can use to describe something that I normally would be like, yeah, it's dope, right? Or this is cool, this is badass. I try to use different words because for reviews, I want it to be a little bit more professional. So it could take me up to a week to write a fucking review because of that reason. So AI fucks up on our cell phones on a daily basis on verbiage that we use normally. Um, Imagine on a whole fucking video game itself where you're working on it for many, many years. So those were the two videos that I posted today. And the other one that I wanted to make a video, but I couldn't because I was at work. So I was able to knock out those two videos within my hour lunch break is Naughty Dog. So Neil Druckmann, or it's an article by Push Square. And the article title is Intergalactic PS5 Game All About Faith, Religion, and Being Lonely. That's the title of the article. I'm going to go ahead and read some of that for you guys. And shout out for all y'all that are here right now. We got 5 people. So thank you for being here. I'm going to read this article real quick and then we'll get my opinion. We'll get RPG's opinion and then we'll continue with the game. It says here, Naughty Dog studio head Neil Druckmann and 28 Days Later writer Alex Garland have sat down to have a chat as part of Sony's new Creator to Creator series, which, by the way, I gotta watch. The almost hour-long interview of each other's touches on both their careers so far, storytelling, and the overall creative process. An excellent insight into two industry leads. But Neil Druckmann also talks of Naughty Dog's next PS5 project, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. The game takes place 2,000 years in the future with a timeline that deviates from our own in the late 1980s. Druckmann adds, we made a game with The Last of Us 2, where we made certain creative decisions that got us a lot of hate. A lot of people loved it, but a lot of people hate that game. We talked about this on the State of Game podcast with David Falke, with RPG, Henry, and Nelson. Garland interjects with, who gives a shit? To which Druckmann responds, exactly. So the joke is like, you know what? Let's do something that people won't care as much. Let's make a game about faith and religion. And before I continue, I'm going to give my opinion on this part real quick, RPG. Then I want you to jump in and see if you agree with me, disagree with me, or, you know, I'm a fucking idiot or what. But I understand the creative process because we're all creatives to a certain extent. I mean, RPG's a creative person. He may not think so, others may not think so, or he may think he is. But when we are all at work and we all come across different types of problems, there's a creative part of us that figures out how to fix these problems. And I know RPG's creative because of the type of work that he does. I know he's constantly fixing problems. And sometimes just reading the instruction booklet, the manual, or even recommendations by the manufacturer, recommendation by your boss, or recommendations by a colleague, sometimes doesn't do it justice. So we all have to be a little bit creative in that aspect. And then you have other people that are super creative, right? Where we come home, we paint, we draw, we make music, whatever the case may be. And there's different levels of creativity. And even as a bystander, right? Even as somebody who just plays video games and we see the creative process when a game got announced, or like Bethesda, right? When they announced not Elden Ring, what's the name of the game RPG? Like a Fallout or like whatever one of their titles, or like Starfield, right? They tell us, and even Neil himself with the Last of Us multiplayer game that they canceled, they tell us what their vision is. And a couple years later, they give us a little bit more information, and they may even show us some art. And then a couple years later, they give us a little bit more details, and then at the end, the game comes out, and it's completely fucking different, right? So they went through a creative process to make that game into what it was when it came out. So even if you're not such a creative person when you're doing it in your home personal life, outside of the creative things you do in your day to day, you can understand what the creative process is. So we get that freedom of creativity and how things can change, right? The thing that is a little frustrating to me here, where when he says, where Garland interjects with "who gives a shit," Garland is a movie guy. He's a movie director. Look, it took him how many decades to come out with fucking a sequel to 28 Days Later? What, 2 decades, 3 decades? So he's not really coming from the same standpoint that we are. So I just think that's a little ignorant. Anything to say about that part, RPG?
No, not really. I'm interested to see, you know, what their take is on the religion and the faith, and you know, basically, I'm guessing that she's by herself, solo, doing this bounty hunting thing, chasing down these people, whether they're people that are on the bounty list or they're people from our old crew. But to mix faith and religion in there on top of being solo in the middle of space, going to these different planets and different systems, it sounds very interesting, and a lot of people don't want to uh, attack or like go into the religion route because they're scared of pushback.
What's this about an
But
After this,
it'll be
I
interesting
suppose we'll take our leave now.
to
So
see.
For the wonderful
with the
food.
religion part, I think that Neil is overestimating this a little bit too much
Yeah.
because he's not going to go up there and be like, okay, Judaism, Christianity, Muslims, Buddhism. He's not gonna go that route. What he's
No,
gonna
he's
probably end
making
up
up his
doing,
own religion.
exactly, he's making up his own religion or whatever. And we see that a lot in video games, believe it or not. We see that
I
in
mean,
games
you got the
like
Starborn.
Starborn. We see that in fucking even something major like Star Wars, right? And the Force. That's a religion in its own. We see that just in Monster Hunter, right? Where the religion is hunting monsters. So I don't think that's gonna have the biggest impact that he thinks it may have. Now, what I am interested in seeing, just like RPG said, is I do believe Neil is talented, right? So I am interested to see the kinds of questions that he asked in regards to religion, because games don't really tackle that. And I think that's what he means, and I hope that's what he means. Like, why are we here? Where do we come from? Creation. I hope he attacks those kind of questions in the universe of what is intergalactic, right? So that's interesting to me, and that'll be dope because you can mirror a lot of the questions that we have out here in the real world to what the characters can have in this made up universe from Neo. So I'm excited about that. Continue.
I'm also wondering if he's going to push on, how you're saying mirroring. I wonder if he's going to push on some of the ideas of traditional religion and kind of mirror those off of his own religion, like, oh, well, what is viewed in this, actual real world religion is not followed in his fictional religion.
Yeah.
So that'd be really weird to see, and be interesting to see if he's going to push on certain idealisms that are looked at in a off tone versus what is actually in the game.
Yeah, because Neo is of Jewish descent. He was raised in the United States, so he's got some Christianity background in him as well. He's been active with the whole social, culture that we've been having the last 5-7 years. So it's going to be very interesting how he's going to take those experiences out here in the real world and apply those to the game. So that's going to be super interesting to see. The article continues and says Naughty Dog spent a significant amount of time during development building out the religion of the planet Semperia, which hasn't given out any communication or signals for 600 years. Main character Jordan crash lands on the planet while hunting a bounty and must learn what happened here alone. So it looks like Naughty Dog spent a significant amount of development time in creating this religion, creating this world. Unlike previous Naughty Dog titles like The Last of Us and Uncharted to a degree, where you often have a companion by your side, the developer wanted to create a game about being lonely, Druckmann explains. So many of the previous games we've done, there's always like an ally with you. You're talking. Our new one should be lost in a place that you're really confused about what happened here, who are the people here, and what was their history. As for when the game might come out, Druckmann says there's still ways to go, and even he doesn't know exactly what this thing's going to look like at the end. He has a theory, but things are still evolving and changing during development. So very interesting. So Neo doesn't even know when this game's going to come out. That means that we are probably about 60-70% of the way through. I would say that 10% is polishing. So there's still a significant amount of video game creation here. So this sounds like this game might be coming out at the end of the generation, kind of like The Last of Us 2 did, if not, and during the PS6 era. What do you think about what I just read, RPG? Do you agree as far as timeline goes? Do you disagree? What do you think about the lonely part, all that?
The lonely part, he is correct, with saying that, how The Last of Us 1, you had Ellie, along for the ride. And then in The Last of Us 2, you had Dina and off and on, and you had a couple other of your friends from the town along for the ride as well. It was very minimal time where you were just kind of out on your own. So with that, I mean, there you also had like Uncharted that had Sam that would introduce himself into every once in a while. You had Sully that introduced himself, Elena. So I think with them going into the solo route, I think it is a forced, or not a forced, but a how would I put it? Intentional isolation. She does not want to be around anybody. She does not want to have anybody involved. She wants to go out there and she wants to be by herself. I think that's by her choice. So and if it's not, then it's not. And we won't have that question answered until closer to the game coming out. But she's voluntarily going to a planet that hasn't been heard from, or stepped foot on, or been come back from in over 600 years. So she's choosing to go there knowing that she's possibly not even coming back. As far as the timeline, the earliest I can see this game is late next year, and that's the earliest I could see this thing getting pushed all the way to like summer of 2027. Just given what we've heard about it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be late gen game, especially when he says here, he doesn't know exactly what this thing is gonna look like at the end. Um, yeah, I don't see this game coming out, anytime soon in the next couple of years. No way. I'm thinking 28 or right when I think it'll be right the same as the PS4 or the end of PS4, beginning of PS5 gen, where Last of Us Part 2 came out the summer of 2020, and then the PS5 came out 4 months later. I think we're gonna be looking at something similar with this one, if not next gen. But we'll see. I mean, the game obviously is still a long way away, but it's interesting. I gotta watch this interview. I might do a reaction video and say fuck it and just do like a 2 hour fucking video and just go step by step, because I'll definitely what I want to see in this interview is not necessarily what Neil's gonna say per se. I really want to see his body language, how he reacts to things, his questions, that he asks and gets asked of him, how he answers them. I don't really care too much about what he says. I kind of want to see where Neil is at himself personally. And I'm also going to do another video reacting to the making of The Last of Us. For those of you guys that don't know, I started replaying The Last of Us Part 2 yesterday. After being on the podcast on Sunday with David Falke, I kind of had in the back of my mind to replay the game for the second time, because I only played it once, and to kind of hopefully the game playing it again would change my mind how I feel about it. But that's neither here or there. Just stay tuned to the channel, hit that notification bell, so when I do make these videos, you see them. Otherwise, let's get back to the gameplay. Now, RPG is telling me here, head towards the forest. Do you know where the forest that they're talking about is? I'm guessing it's where we left to go fight that monster. The chicken monster.
Trying to look on your screen. Yeah, I'd say you're going the right way. Head to the forest, survey the locale for the target. Pull up your map.
So I gotta come all the way down here? Oh no, that's something else.
Yep, that's where you're supposed to head. So you should be able to drop a pin on there.
What are these numbers? 2, 11, 13.
Those are just sections of the map.
So the map doesn't. Is this it? X? No. So the map don't tell you regions like forest, desert, none of that stuff.
So this is going to be a whole different map. So that thing all the way down at the bottom, all the way down at the bottom of this map.
Yeah. What about it?
So you need to set a marker on that.
Jesus Christ.
The little red diamond.
And I can't bring you along till I get there?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
So you see that thing that's kind of in the middle of your screen that's got the little 4 red diamonds? That's where you need to head.
Is there any fast traveling here?
No, you gotta ride to there to get into the forest level.
Well, I know I talk a lot of shit about Monster Hunter without knowing anything about Monster Hunter, but I feel like that's a character or a design flaw.
That you can't jump to the next map?
No, that your friends ain't with you.
Yeah, this is my first Monster Hunter really, so I don't really have any history in how it operates.
No, but we played other games before, and I mean, this is the first time I've ever played a game like this where you can only join your friend once you get to the spot.
I mean, for me personally, I didn't see a problem. I see the problem, but I didn't have the same problem when I played it because I enjoyed playing it by myself.
Alright, where should we start?
Yeah, me too. I normally play by myself.
I never jumped in with like other people and killing monsters and stuff. I did the entire game start to finish by myself.
Remember, this game is designed basically as a live service game.
Sorry, we got held up.
So it's like if you're making a live service game where you're playing with people, remember you can do up to, I think it's 8 groups with 50 people in each group. So that's what, fucking, I don't even know, 50 times 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 400 people. And you can't link up till you get there. It seems a little weird. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's solely just, from what I understand, it's solely just co-op or join up, link up when you're on an actual monster hunt.
Yeah,
as far as like if we're gonna go into a new map, we can't be riding together like you're riding with your other people right now. Which I thought that's how this game was going to go, but apparently I was wrong.
Certainly it'll be a lot greener and more lush than the desert. We should see.
Yeah, I'm never playing this game co-op again.
There's what eats them.
Even though it's a co-op game, I don't understand that.
If there are people living in a place like that,
You figure you'd be able to enjoy the story together and all that.
I think it's more of an end-game grind than anything.
I hope I can help.
So after you roll credits and you go back and you start re-hunting more, like stronger monsters and whatnot to unlock gear and start building your outfits and your gear set. I think that is more of the aim than them wanting you to play the campaign co-op together.
Well, they should have just done they should have just released a single player game and then done the live service aspect for free. That way you just jump in with your friends, you kill monsters, no story, no nothing. You can buy monsters to fight or DLCs, whatever, and then leave the single player campaign alone. Because the map looks like a live service map. You know what I'm saying?
They
the upgrades and all that.
In a later patch, but yeah, it's kind of weird that it's not here at the beginning.
Well, they didn't
I
do it
mean,
with Rise. They didn't do it with none of the other ones. It's been similar to this, you know, where you have the game and then the co-op portion of it, the live service portion of it.
yeah, well, then
The water's red.
I don't really know. I said it wasn't a big hang up for me.
Why, though? It'll be a fun mystery to unravel.
Over here.
So the forest is full of symbiotic systems, involving the roots, leaves, flowers, and fruit.
We're kind of like
And
on
it's the
opposite
insect's job
sides
to
of the
pollinate.
fence because you hate
They have this
Call of
fascinating
Duty
process where they coat their
that
bodies
has
with pollen,
anything to do
which is
outside
called
of single player story. And I like everything. I like single player story, but I like all the other stuff a lot more than I like the single
Glad we
player
didn't
story.
disappoint.
Here, you're like,
We'll give you a
no,
hand.
I want the story, and I want to be able to experience the story co-op. And me, I'm like, no, I just would like the story by myself, and that's what I chose to do.
Well, it's not. Yes, that's true, but it's more of
You've been getting up to.
this game is advertised as a multiplayer game, but yet it's only multiplayer sometimes. And okay, if you want to do it that way, fine.
Wait, are you
But then the
crazy?
way they break it down while in game, that's what's pissing me off because there's no reason you shouldn't be here with me right now experiencing the story along with the gameplay. Like we're all headed to the same direction. But what they're doing is, all right, we're in point A, we're gonna get to point B. But between point A and point B, there's 3 stops.
amazing.
Point A1, A2, A3. Well, guess what? Your co-op partner, your multiplayer partners are gonna skip that 2A, 2-1, 2-2, A1, A2, A3, and then you'll see them at B. But it's like, why don't you just do it so it flow? It doesn't flow. It's choppy. I guess is what I'm trying to say. The game is very choppy. So you
Yeah.
don't experience everything together. You only experience certain things together. So it's like, okay, then just take the story portion out of the game. Make that separate if I would have known that, I would have bought the game physical. I would have never fucked because there's a play offline mode too for the campaign. I would have been playing that, but because I thought that this game is a multiplayer game, I was like, well, I'll just experience it with my friend, and it'll be cool to go through the story. He can help me out. But no, all we're doing is just fighting fucking monster together and not experiencing none of the story.
Yeah, they should have been a little bit more clear in that the co-op or the multiplayer was solely based just on the monster hunts. But then again, me being new to the Monster Hunter franchise, it would have been something that I would have recognized if I was a longtime fan, and then able to go, oh well, it's never been like this before in this franchise, and I don't expect it to be like this in the new one. And I would have been more understanding, but I didn't do my research as far because I was under the assumption that you'd be able to run the entire campaign co-op together, you and 3 other people. That's how I took it. That's how I understood it. But apparently, I was wrong.
And this just adds to more of the controller design, right? Because I said how weird it is, how backwards it is. Well, we both kind of think that. But and then
I'm hitting the wrong buttons all the time. Even in the midst of battle, I'm like, shit.
Are you here now?
Button.
No, you're not here yet. So now you have the buttons that are fucked up. Now you have the actual game layout that's fucked up. So what didn't they fuck up?
As far as like the story, how what the story is, and when you're playing it and going through it, the story's not half bad. It definitely is very slow for the first half. It is very hold your hand, you need to go do this, you need to go do that. But as far as like the key points and where the story gets interesting, doesn't really take off until the second half of the story. Graphically, it's not the most like gorgeous game ever. I don't believe it's aiming to do that because
I think it looks pretty good.
It does look good, but I believe if it was going for something, graphically
They've been with us for a
like
bit.
holy shit, it wouldn't run at the quality level that it's running as far as performance wise.
Don't think they're
This game
hostile,
could
but
not
there's
do
no
it.
reason to throw caution to the
If
wind.
you went for something, graphic wise as like Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores,
You're right.
and then you
It's
tried
not
to
bad at all.
take that graphic fidelity and put it into an MMO style world like this, it would shit. You'd be lucky to get 30 frames.
After we set up camp.
As bad and choppy as it would be.
I still can't believe the size of this forest.
So I think that they killed a little bit of their graphical ceiling to remain level on their performance wise. So they lowered one so they can keep the other one and keep it in balance. I haven't played this on the base PS5, but I've only played it on the Pro. But from what I hear, it's not horrible on the base, but the Pro is definitely the better place to play it as far as performance wise.
And there's still some things that are a little off about the performance.
Yeah, I've had many times where I've been playing the game the first couple days when I played it, like textures would not like fully
There you go.
develop.
I think I'm calling you.
Yeah, textures wouldn't fully develop, so you would be looking at like your armor, and your armor would be like all triangle-y and shit. So, I mean, it does have issues, but I've seen other games that have had way worse issues.
So question, just because other games have had it worse versus Monster Hunter, does that mean that the game is forgiven?
No, the issue is that this Capcom is using the RE engine. The RE engine is not designed to do these massive open worlds like this.
Yeah, we know that. So then, should they continue to use it?
No, they shouldn't. They should learn their lesson and get the feedback from things like Dragon's Dogma 2. And
Or not.
This one came out and was in a hell of a lot better condition than Dragon's Dogma 2 when it came out.
They won't. They sold a million copies in 6 hours. They're gonna
I don't care what
continue.
anybody says. I don't care if the people that seem to have the worst luck in running this game is people on PC, because it was just not optimized well for PC.
Let's keep looking.
Capcom is just shitty optimizing games in general, and people still buy their shit.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they really? Because I remember RE2 and RE3 and Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 all coming out really well on the RE engine, because they were games designed around that engine. This game is not fitting for this engine.
Well, that's what I mean. If they can't optimize this game for the engine that they do have, then they need to have different engines to work on the different types of end games they make. So obviously they're not doing good at what they are trying to do.
Yeah, you got the RE engine. They should have made something, like the Dogma Hunter engine, like you would use for Dragon's Dogma and Monster Hunter. They should have made their own engine for these style games. But even with them using the RE engine and what it's doing here in Monster Hunter is not horrible. I mean, like I said, Dragon's Dogma was in so much worse of a shape when it came out. But yeah, I would like to see them, use something like as graphically impressive as like something like the Decima engine, but the Decima engine is not meant for massive multiplayer online games.
This is a very distinct paralytic.
I mean, they have the money and they got the size.
Oh yeah, they got the money and the size. Do they got the will to do it?
No, they don't. Why would they? They sold 1 million copies in 6 hours of this game. Why would they change anything?
Oh, I mean, yeah, because it's like people, you say, well, why would companies keep doing this? And you're hitting the nail on the head.
Are you here?
Yeah. No, I'm not there. Companies are not going to stop doing something. Oh, yep, there it is. wait, and
How do I block?
should be L1, I believe.
No, my L1 is my like potions. Shield attack, evade, focus mode.
I'm trying to look on the screen.
And another question, where's my health? How do I know I'm low on health?
Your health is going to be your top left. It's going to be your green bar.
Okay. And what's the monster's health?
Stamina. So you don't know the monster's health.
Okay.
You just keep hitting that monster till it dies. And you chase that monster around the world.
And what's the yellow? Stamina?
Stamina. So, I forget where I was at. But, oh yeah, like companies, like, well, why do they keep making remakes of Sony games? Because they keep fucking selling. That's why. Well, we don't want remakes. Well, then everybody needs to get together and stop fucking buying remakes. If you don't fucking like remakes, when all those remakes stop selling, guess what? They'll stop fucking making them.
Well, the more time goes on, the more I don't mind remakes. Cause we're on year 5 of the PS5, and you know the PS4 gen was 4 years ago, so now there's definitely more upgrades they can do. But yeah, you're right about that. But you know, and I think that all of it is part of the main plan, whether intentionally or unintentionally, because you know these games take so long to make, right? So it's like gamers, like, yeah, no, we got to give them their fucking time to make these games. You want them to rush it and it be shitty, but it's like, yeah, they take all this time to make it, so by the time it does come out, you're super thirsty for the game, that now you're buying a game that has all these issues or isn't polished or isn't made correctly because you haven't seen anything from them in so long. So it's a double-edged sword, you know. It's like, you know, if they did games more consistently, you know, like every year, every 2 years, gamers wouldn't put up with the shit that they put up with now. So they want to have it both ways. They want to give these developers all this time to work on the game, which they should, but then be mad that the quality isn't good. But it's like, well, you already waited 6-7 years. Fuck it, I'll deal with it. They'll come out with patches. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Grand Theft Auto 5. We would have been on Grand Theft Auto 6 if people would have stopped fucking with Grand Theft Auto 5. That's why Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City and all that shit were so close to each other. Is because that nobody was fucking with them and they weren't getting that online the transaction, what is it called, the fucking microtransaction money that they were getting off of GTA Online.
How do you get on your bird here?
Hit up on a D-pad.
Jesus Christ. Yep, I will say I am not impressed with Monster Hunter, y'all, for those of you guys watching. Not the game, like the single player stuff is cool, but how you co-op it, how you play it with a friend, not impressed. I'm actually disappointed. We've been playing now for 2 hours, and RPG maybe has a total of 10 minutes playtime.
I've been having a fucking blast. Right?
Yeah, well, by yourself, yeah. I'm sure I'll have a great time when I play by myself, too. But not co-op.
You're not gonna have a blast playing co-op?
I'm not right now. You've been fucking waiting without playing for fucking an hour.
I'm
Maybe.
talking about V Rising.
Oh, V Rise. Oh yeah, no wait. That hold up, bro.
Yeah,
That's a game made. That's a game made for friends.
Yeah, I've been having a blast playing it, even if it's been by myself. I mean, Henry's jumped in, but
Yeah, I know you guys been scissoring each other. Forgot about me.
80% of the time that I've been playing that game, I've been playing by myself.
You guys been scissoring each other. You forgot all about me.
You know where the join button is?
I'm not stalking you guys to see when you guys are playing.
You're the one that's awfully worried. You're acting like a stalker. Whining.
All I know is as soon as we're done with this stream, I got some harsh word for Iron Man.
Oh yeah? Oh, about this game?
Yep.
Oh, you know he'll defend it.
Motherfucker making it seem like this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like you can't even fucking watch a cutscene with your friend. What the fuck you talking about?
I do think it is a good game, but it's not a good co-op game.
Oh, it looks like a phenomenal game, but now I know not to ask my friends to play with me until I'm done with the campaign.
Nope. This is purely for in-game gear hunting.
Yeah.
Come here, bro. Which is where I'm at. But, you know, I've spent enough of my life tied up in one game, you know, Call of Duty, and I'm not going to spend that same amount of time in other games like that, like live service games. Or at least I'm going to do my damnedest not to spend as much time. So once I rolled credits on this, I was like, alright, time to go play something else, because we do not have a lack of shit to play this year.
Shit, I'm going backwards in the games that I'm playing.
Yeah, you're going back into Feeler 1, or Feeler 2.
I don't know, I just don't feel like these new games have that like, I don't know. They're either really good at gameplay with weak stories or really good stories with weak gameplay. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking being picky or something. I don't know.
There we go. It's dead now.
Alright, man. See you in about 45 fucking minutes.
Yeah, basically. Get over here and carve me up some
Where do I
spiders.
get more health potions?
So you can make them, and I'll teach you how here in a second. Or you can get them from your tent.
Do I recoup my health once I go back to base?
So hold square, or not square, hold L1.
Yeah.
Then hit square.
Okay.
And see if you have something that's called a portable barbecue grill. Yeah, I mean, in the inventory.
It's crossed out.
Oh, it's crossed out? Oh,
Yeah.
it'll be crossed out until after this mission ends.
All I know is
So
my
if you
chick
go-
is sexy as fuck.
You can grill a meal at the tent, or you can grill a meal with your portable barbecue grill. And that's where your health bar will refill.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right, because then they do that whole animation fucking cooking and shit.
Yep. And then once you grill a meal, you can get like a bonus, like a bonus damage or bonus stamina.
Nice work.
Something along those lines.
Return to base camp.
It'll give you an actual percentage bonus for stuff.
Do you want to
So
do one more monster, or are you kind of done?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Couldn't have gotten Eric out of there without
So
your
when
help.
you go back to your tent, once you
You have my
get done
thanks.
talking to these
No,
shitheads,
fascinating.
Oh, I'm skipping all this.
With mind.
That little blonde there, though, the blonde on the right, the one that's in all armor, she's badass in some of the
Oh,
cutscenes.
the Smith?
No,
Her?
not the Smith.
Her?
I mean,
This
the
platinum
Smith
blonde
is,
one?
the Smith is badass too, but I'm talking about the other one that's in the armor.
The one in charge of this whole operation.
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
Yeah, like the lieutenant.
Yeah.
There's some cutscenes that she does when you're going to face a monster or go do whatever. She's got a pretty little badass moveset.
Okay, where can I cook?
So go up to Alma, go into your tent. Go to your tent.
I don't know where that is.
It's that yellow thing that you just walked
That
into.
one?
No. Behind you. Yeah, right there. That's it, right there. All the way in the back. Oh Jesus, this.
All the way in the back, where?
I'm stream delayed. So you're like 30 seconds ahead of me.
Okay, I'll just sit still then. And you're yelling at me.
Well, you're not listening.
Well, you're 30 seconds behind, I'm sorry.
Okay, so spin around completely 180.
Okay.
It'll be a tent that will have, straight. You're looking straight at it. It'll have like a little red insignia on the side of it.
You telling me my character don't look sexy as fuck?
Okay, you see that? Go in there. So if you go over to your right, you should be able to find something cooking meals. There you go, grill meal.
You're saying my character's ugly. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying anything. You don't want to listen. You just want to argue. It's like dealing with people on Twitter.
No, I'm not.
You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Congratulations.
Well, I just, will agree with everything you say, and that would just be boring.
Yep. You just have fun.
Change BGM.
Now, to restock your potions, I don't know what BGM is. No, music list. Background music. So, to go to transfer items,
For items. Item pouch, ammo pouch.
item pouch. Alright. So, if you go down there where the potions are on the bottom.
Oh no, I transferred them all together.
Alright, now you're putting those back in your item box. So you need to keep those back on your person.
Yeah, I put them back. 10 is the max you can carry, right?
Yeah, 10 of each, I believe. So you got your regular potions and your mega potions.
Upgrading your weapons?
No.
And don't give me that it's a waste of materials nonsense. Here, I'm giving you some materials, so no...
Is there a button you can push so that little green that shows you the way?
Head to the pop-up camp. So, see a little red marker?
Yeah, but is there a button you can push?
If you jump on your bird, it should give you a trail on your map.
Okay.
No, it's not giving me a trail, is it?
I think it sorta is. Oh, I can't check my map.
If you go to the actual map, you can select the little red icon.
Oh dear. They must be telling us to follow them. Allow me. Greetings to you. Sorry that we got off on the wrong...
You okay?
My baby! Do whatever they say! Let's follow them. I'm sure they're homeless. Or I hope so.
Got more of them over there?
They're gathering honey.
First, ours. You respect.
I'm sorry for losing my cool back there, but that was a bona fide late andro-duodecimic groveling idol. Once I knew they were holding Marianne hostage, I was powerless to resist. Oh, but I was worried about our other supplies too. Look at that. They're everywhere.
We've got friends. Well, that looks fun. They're feeding.
Big danger bad.
Hey, look at them.
Mushroom?
They're foraging for mushrooms. Are they gonna be okay?
Oh yeah, he did okay.
That structure looks ancient. I wonder how long ago it was built. guess we go in here.
Might possibly be getting into your next hunt here soon.
Ha-ha! Grovel and feel humblings, for this is our great Wyvir. Wyvir, our city. I mean, this forest belongs to us Wudwuds. Mind your P's and Q's.
What an unusual eldritch tongue they speak.
I
And
know
yet
where we're
it
at.
feels so fresh and relevant. Greetings, friend. We mean you no harm. Would you give us back our tiny house?
We no give back. We have claimed it as tribute. But we make dealers, okay? A great menace is making the troubles by our honey mound. Its pink fur is big, stylish, and cool. But its gases are of a stinknacious variety. Chase away Big Menace, and in our generosities, we shall return your puny offer.
Pink fur. You think it's a Congalala?
Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. So they're called Wudwuds, huh? They make it sound like they've been here forever.
Eric mentioned seeing Congalalas in the south of the forest. We've certainly got no shortage of them back west. And now, we know there's a healthy population here.
Okay, let's move out.
They found us!
Where do you think the Wudwuds learned to speak our language? They have a very colorful vocabulary.
Seriously, what's a tribute?
I think she meant tribute. You know, payment for us to be here. Do you hear that?
Something snoring. Move as quietly as you can.
There it is.
Are you here?
I'm getting ready to be.
What the fuck? How am I cooking right now?
Because you had your portable grill.
Let's cleanse that status.
I'm always starting me all the way up to date.
How do I look through my potions?
Hold L1 and then hit square or circle while you're holding L1. And when you use your potion, you hit square.
Careful. He looks angry.
I needed to get it to charge me so I could hit this bomb.
Yeah, leading them's kind of hard.
Over here, Bob! I'm your target! Time to go on the offensive.
I set a bomb.
Come on, dude, come this way. There he is. Nope, jumped right over it. Good job.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
I set a bomb.
Place another bomb if you can shoot it.
Looking weak. Almost there.
Do Whetstones run out?
No. Got him. Definitely one of the strangest monsters in the entire game.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah, it's very unique because there's nothing else like it. So the gear that I'm wearing right now is the gear that you get after you beat this guy a couple times.
heard all about your great exploitations in driving off the Pink Menace.
Can we have our puny hop?
But of course. Here's too many lopsided.
What if we all...
Brown. Too many in all.
What can you tell us about...
Why, many...
When this...
Yes, yeah.
Where did you learn our language?
Oh, we have spoken your tongue since times of old. However, that is no longer. Today we use your speech for...
Oh, so you have contact with the people of Kunafa?
Yes. They pay tribute to enter the forest, and we grant them passage. Generous, yes?
I suppose we'll be going then.
Until our next wheelings and dealings.
So, the Doshakama must be traveling in a pack, and they have a numbers monster.
We better follow up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. Good. We've been managing you now that base camp is up and running. Might be good to see if anyone needs a...
I don't suppose it would hurt.
Okay, and how do I save?
So you should be able to hit start, go over to system, be on the far right.
Okay, I see it.
Go down and you'll see save and then return the title.
Cool. Cool. Well, there you have it, y'all. Little bit of Monster Hunter. The shittiest multiplayer I ever played in my life, but phenomenal fucking gameplay and single player stuff is pretty solid. So there y'all have it, man. Thanks for hanging out with me in RPG. In the comment section, for those of you guys that watched the replay, let us know what you think about Intergalactic and the article that I read. I'd be interested to hear your guys' opinion on it. RPG thinks the game will probably come out closer to the end of 27 at the earliest. I think that it'll be more towards the end of the generation or beginning of next generation, but we will see. That's the fun part about speculating. Otherwise, we will catch you guys probably next week. Also, I'm going to do a $10 giveaway, a PlayStation Store gift card. And I'm going to do the winner next week, Tuesday. I'll be promoting it as the week goes on. But you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. You have to be subscribed to me on X. And also, in order to enter, you will have to be here live with us next week, Tuesday, and be on the chat. If I do not see you on the chat and you're not subscribed to the channel or you're not subscribed to X, you do not qualify. So more details to come on that. And we will catch you guys later.